Alright, let's do this one last time. My name isn't Peter Parker, but I was bitten by a radioactive DVD, and for 4 weeks I've been the one and only Mr. Movie Lover. And you know the rest. I've been saving people from missing really good movies. But this week I was drawing a blank. I was scrolling through movies trying to decide which one to watch this week, when my daughter said, "Oh, Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man." So I started it up, watched it, and decided to make a video. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is probably the best Spider-Man movie yet. It's part buddy film with Peter mentoring Miles, part coming-of-age film with Miles trying to deal with his new powers. It's a team-up film with all of the Spider-Folk grouping up together. Above all else, it's a superhero film where Miles needs to overcome his fears to hopefully save the world and or the universe. Into the Spider-Verse came out in 2018 and was written by Phil Lords, who also wrote the Lego Movie. It stars Shameik Moore from the 2015 movie Dope as Miles Morales, a teenage genius who recently moved from a public school to a private one and is trying to find his place among his new classmates. He runs into Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, voiced by Chris Pine. Thanks to a super collider, he also meets all sorts of other Spider-Folk that we will get into here shortly. Let's talk about the chemistry between Peter and Miles. This movie is a good example how mentoring can go well in a movie. Peter B. Parker is voiced by Jake Johnson, made famous from the TV show New Girl. He starts off reluctant, not sure if he wants to be added pressure of showing a kid the ropes. But then Miles starts to grow on him, and he starts believing in Miles as a student and himself as a teacher. As they work together throughout the movie, they both improve and grow as people. Miles' body is obviously changing throughout the movie. Some of the changes are from getting bit by a radioactive spider, and those are hilarious. My favorite scene of any Spider-Man discovering they suddenly have superpowers is Miles walking outside of his school, being attacked and attached by pigeons. For most of the movie, his powers go off for like no reason, and then later on, when he wants to use them, no dice. He is forced to work on this to prove to the team that he's worthy of being one of them, which is difficult when he only has a couple of days to master his new skills. Thanks to the use of a super collider that Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, voiced by Liev Schreiber, Miles meets and teams up with many different Spider-Folk from multiple universes, or Spider-Verses, if you will. From there we get Spider-Gwen, aka Gwen Stacy, voiced by Hailee Steinfield from True Grit. In her universe, she is the one who gets bit by a spider and comes to terms with the death of her best friend. Spider-Man Noir, aka Peter Parker, is voiced by little-known actor Nicolas Cage. He is a Spider-Man who is also a private detective with plenty of moxie, resembling something out of a 1940s noir film, hence the name. Penny Parker, aka Penny Parker, is voiced by Kimiko Glenn from various small roles. She is an orphan who gets adopted by Ben and May Parker in her universe after her father dies. Her father was the previous pilot of a robot suit named SPDR. She took on his role after getting bit by a sentient radioactive spider that was psychically connected to their suit and controlling half of its brain. I know that sounded a little bit convoluted, but it works out for her universe and is nothing compared to the final member of the Team Spider-Verse. Spider-Ham, aka Peter Porker, was a spider that lived in May Porker's basement. She was, of course, an anthropomorphic pig who was also a scientist and wanted to make the first atomic-powered hairdryer. While testing said hairdryer, she accidentally irradiated herself, going mad with rage, and she bit Peter the spider, who was then transformed to an anthropomorphic pig, just like herself, but still keeping his spider abilities. This character was voiced by John Mulaney in the movie. He's basically a Looney Tune turned into a superhero. Peter Porker, not John Mulaney. With all these spider folk together, they have to hatch a plan to stop Fisk and return themselves back to their specific universes before the world is destroyed. They work pretty well together, and because of this, they don't really require much of a train-up montage. I'm looking forward to them in Into the Spider-Verse 2, but that won't be until April of 2022. Miles has a great family support with his parents Rio Morales, voiced by Luna Lauren Velez, from Dexter, and Jefferson Davis, voiced by Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta. His uncle Aaron is voiced by Mahershala Ali from House of Cards and soon to be the next Blade. They are his support system in the beginning, but he gets into some trouble and doesn't know where to go. Peter's Aunt May, voiced by comedy legend Lily Tomlin, provides some support later on, as well as his new spider family. Miles has to prove to himself that he is indeed worthy of these powers that he's been given, and his new family and old all push him to get there. As far as Spider-Man films go, this is one of my favorites. Into the Spider-Verse gets to take all of the good things from the others before it. There are 6 different origin stories that only take a few seconds each, as they are done in hilarious montages. Miles kind of hints at liking a girl, but there isn't really any time wasted on that subplot. Instead, we get more time for him to buddy up with Peter and then focus on himself. The villains are over the top in this movie as well, the best of them being Green Goblin, who looks more like a Hulk at almost 2 stories tall. Lastly, the animation is impressive, with all the different spider people being from different universes and based off of different comic books. They are animated slightly different as well. This makes them look out of place. They use framing several times to give it the comic book feel, even adding word and thought bubbles, bringing the process of show don't tell to an interesting new level. The climax is fun and not a blurry smoke-filled fight, and all the Spideys get to shine in their different fighting styles. So, do I think you should watch this movie? Yes, that's an affirmative. Unless you really hate superhero films or animated films, or you are J. Jonah Jameson, you will hopefully enjoy this one. Hi, are you new to this channel? Maybe you should give this video a like and subscribe to see more of my videos when they come out. Also, click on the bell icon to get them notifications. Here's a video I think you will probably like. Keep an eye out for more videos to come. Maybe I'll do a negative review next. Come back and find out, you never know. But thanks for watching this one, and I'll catch you later. See ya.